Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop it.
Step out of the car.
Just after midnight, at St. Louis Airport, airport police contacted Darius Kennedy after he refused to leave a restricted area.
What do you mean you can't leave?
The situation became dangerous when Kennedy produced a knife, ignored multiple commands, and moved toward officers.
Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop it.
A taser was deployed but proved ineffective, and officers were forced to discharge a firearm. Kennedy, 31, did not survive at the scene. A knife was recovered, and no officers were injured. When cooperation disappears, safe options narrow quickly, and outcomes are decided in seconds.
Listen here. Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop it. Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop it.
An initial situation quickly turned into a dangerous pursuit, as James Michael Skirvin, 55, carried weapons and chose confrontation over cooperation. Skirvin used a vehicle to flee, fired toward police, and deliberately rammed law enforcement vehicles. Officers were forced to act under a serious, immediate threat. The pursuit ended after a series of decisive actions. Skirvin was taken into custody, and one officer suffered severe long-term injuries. Just minutes of poor choices erased decades of a normal life and locked in the outcome that followed. If you believe calm choices could have changed this outcome, comment yes. Police identified a stolen Buick and Vista through electronic tracking and remote immobilization. The driver, Elliot Vaughn, 32, fled on foot and drew a handgun, pointing it toward officers.
The driver. Go. Oh, shit!
Facing a direct threat, officers were forced to open fire, striking the suspect in the leg. Vaughn received medical aid, was transported to the hospital, and was later booked into custody. No officers were injured. When theft turns into an armed confrontation, every second becomes decisive.
No cars, block out the ramp, and there was a second male in the vehicle, and he...
Patrol officers conducted a traffic stop on Antoine Drive, identified the driver as wanted on a felony warrant, and the driver chose to flee instead of cooperating. The suspect, Jacques Otu-Bassé, 33, fired shots while fleeing, struck a patrol vehicle, drove off the roadway and ran on foot.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Hey, hold it right there! Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Don't do it! Outside the corner, lay on the ground. Move it left! Right there! Let me see your hands! Hey, cease fire! Cease fire! Suspects down! I got eyes. Do not move! Do not move!
He later exchanged gunfire with police, was struck, and transported to a hospital where he remains in stable condition. Choosing flight and gunfire over compliance closes every exit fast and leaves only consequences behind.
There it is. Okay.
Police received a report of a vehicle taken from a hospital parking lot and quickly located the involved vehicle. The driver refused to comply with commands, pushing the situation onto the interstate until state police intervened.
76 is primary.
Keep that car cold. Drop! 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 Get down! Get down! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground, guys! Yo, cops, look, guys, watch! Lost in the cuff right there.
The suspect resisted, was subdued with a taser, and taken into custody. Investigators confirmed the vehicle belonged to a family member and the suspect had mental health issues. Early cooperation reduces harm, delays raise pressure, and control fades fast. In Georgia, officers located a suspect wanted on serious charges and attempted to take him into custody. Instead of stopping, the suspect rammed a patrol vehicle. This action triggered a pursuit across multiple roadways and onto the interstate, putting others at risk.
He's still moving. He's still rolling. He's coming at you. Coming at you. Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do not shoot! Do not shoot! Get on the ground! Shut it down! Now! Shut it down! When the suspect produced a weapon and posed a direct threat,
Officers were forced to open fire, secure the suspect, and regain control of the scene. A single decision to resist turned every stretch of road into danger and determined the outcome long before the pursuit ended. Officers attempted to stop a vehicle linked to Maurice Bradley, who was wanted on active murder warrants. Instead of complying, the driver attempted to flee, creating an immediate public safety risk.
Get off on University. Point two, Atlanta Metro prior. You're urgent prior. We're behind it. Clear behind it, University prior. 1080, 1080. Oh, yes, 1080 to come. 1080, 1080. Oh, yes, 1080 to come.
The suspect was found inside, had been struck by gunfire, and did not survive, with the identity confirmed to match the wanted individual. The scene was then turned over to an independent investigative agency. When violent crimes drive a person to run, every remaining option disappears and consequences arrive fast. Officers attempted to stop a vehicle after it was seen performing dangerous maneuvers at a busy intersection.
42's 1080, southbound on Jonesboro. We got yellow racing stripe, black car yellow racing stripe. We are crossing over Brownsville.
Instead of complying, the driver chose to flee, putting motorists and pedestrians at serious risk.
42's almost gone in. We got traffic here at the light. He went through the parking lot and he's going north on Mexico.
They're going to come through the parking lot north on. They're northbound, that's right, City Post.
That's down on Perkins Road. We're on 166.
North 166.
We're going about 80. Setting up for a fit, 42, fit him. Gonna try to fit him again.
They're northbound, approaching fire and stuff for taking foot.
The pursuit ended after the vehicle was disabled. The driver ran on foot and was eventually caught by officers. Reckless choices multiply danger fast. Cooperation reduces harm, and consequences follow every mile of resistance.
Alright, we're blue lighting it.
An urgent call reported a group of suspects breaking into a vehicle and pointing guns at the victim. When officers tried to stop it, the driver hit the gas and fled.
01, I copy. What does traffic look like?
Big medium, speeds right now 71, 16 setting up for a pit. Alright, still good, still 20 eastbound, speeds over 90. Medium traffic. Pit. Pit.
Send it, Jazz, I got it. Send it. Second pit.
Send it, Jazz, I got it. Send it. Second pit. Stand by, box in.
The pursuit erupted during rush hour. The suspects didn't just run. They threw multiple firearms out the windows, one by one, as if trying to toss away the blame.
Come on now with your hands up!
By the end of the chase, all 5 suspects were detained. One of the recovered guns had been reported stolen. 3 suspects now face criminal charges, while 2 others remain in custody, pending further investigation.
Anybody else?
A reckless decision on the road can turn a moment of escape into years behind bars. A routine traffic stop in the Ico area quickly turned into a pursuit. Carlos Smith, 31, took off the moment troopers activated their lights. The vehicle pushed past 90 miles per hour, drawing in multiple agencies from state and local departments. With every narrow stretch of road, the danger kept climbing.
Oh, there's the radio. Show that on southbound, 167.
The chase ended on Oklahoma Street in Sheridan after officers deployed spike strips to stop the vehicle. Several patrol cars were damaged, but no officers or civilians were hurt. Smith, already wanted in multiple states, was taken into custody and now faces additional charges. Trying to outrun the law may feel fast, but every road eventually narrows back to where consequences await. If you agree that stopping early is always the safer choice, comment yes. In Georgia, GSP Trooper Matthews attempted to stop a Dodge Charger when the driver chose to flee.
Just threw out a large bag of what appeared to be from center lane. Spinning out, spinning out, spinning out. Stand by. Pit, pit, pit. Get out! Let me see everybody's dance! Trying to go again, Atlanta. Ramming him.
After multiple collisions, the passenger surrendered, but the driver kept the vehicle moving to challenge every limit of law enforcement.
Street going up Williams. Spinning out again. Stand by.
I'm taking the secondary.
Until officers finally stopped the vehicle and used a taser to subdue him. A bag was thrown from the car, and the extent of any injuries has not yet been confirmed.
Coming back! Coming back!
Raw power can seem like an advantage, but without discipline, it often only extends chaos rather than control.
How y'all doing?
Officers smelled marijuana during a traffic stop on a white Nissan near Lake Village, Arkansas. The driver, Mickey Cannon, fled, prompting a police pursuit. A precise pit sent the vehicle off the roadside. Cannon was pulled from the wreck with minor injuries. He had a felony warrant but was released pending summons due to medical concerns. You can't shortcut consequences when you choose to outrun the law. Officers in Texarkana spotted a gray Volkswagen reported stolen from Super One Foods and began following it.
Other people off the interstate now. Eastbound 11, speed about 125.
The vehicle drove recklessly at high speeds and eventually overturned after a tactical intervention. The driver, Takeza L. Moss, was taken into custody, medically checked, and later arrested on felony charges. The car was then towed and processed according to regulations. Reckless choices may seem fast and free, but every road has a way of catching, up to those who push too far. On October 24th, a green Jeep Gladiator was reported stolen from a hospital near I-630 in Little Rock. Police were informed that the passenger inside might be armed. The vehicle was eventually stopped after leaving the roadway and overturning on US 167.
Show me your hands!
The driver, Paige Chandrell Flood, was ejected, found unresponsive, and transported to the hospital. The stolen firearm and vehicle were recovered, and an arrest affidavit is being filed. On November 5th, 2025, a routine patrol in Arkansas suddenly turned tense. A Ford linked to a drug investigation sped off instead of stopping.
On Utica, Utica 48, Utica South 17, check on that anywhere. Go back on Highway go. West down. Down, go.
Quiet down! Keep him there! You got a patch? Alright, keep your hands on the car!
The driver, Mark McCusker, and the passenger, Lanita Dye, were both taken into custody. Suspected drugs, oxycodone and cash were seized, and both were medically evaluated before being booked into jail. Even the longest stretches of road can fold back on themselves, reminding drivers that shortcuts rarely escape the law. In Arkansas, an officer attempted a traffic stop after noticing a Mustang with a fake license plate at a gas station. The driver suddenly accelerated and fled. The chase ended when the Mustang left the roadway and overturned. The driver was removed from the vehicle, evaluated, and taken into custody without any other injuries reported. Some cars may feel fast enough to escape, but the road decides where the race ends, not the driver. On November 3rd, 2025, along a quiet stretch of Howard County, Arkansas, a trooper observed a Chevrolet Suburban moving erratically.
White male, unsuccessful as a female passenger. That's for a white male with a female passenger. White male.
The pursuit stretched across narrow roads, where a single mistake could have put others in danger. In the end, officers were forced to intervene to bring the reckless run to a stop.
Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle! Get on your ground! Get on your ground!
The driver, John Morris, was taken into custody without incident. Even on quiet roads, every choice a driver makes has a way of leading back to the final stop. The chase broke out when officers tried to stop a Dodge Ram 1500 suspected of being stolen. Instead, the driver sped onto the highway, weaving through traffic and nearly causing multiple crashes. The Ram hit a civilian vehicle, injuring an innocent driver, before officers finally boxed it in and pulled the suspect out.
See what happened? Get the fuck
Got him on camera. I got him up here at 11, I think.
I'm gonna change the shit up.
Sounds radio for a minute.
Reckless choices behind the wheel don't just risk your own life, they put everyone around you in danger. What do you think? If you agree, comment yes. State police attempted to stop a red SUV, reported to be speeding aggressively on Interstate 40. The driver continued westbound, evading units across multiple counties.
Am I able to put it at speed? I got a spot here. No, we're gonna stay 40 west.
Stand 40 west.
Come on now, let me get it. Too much traffic. Got put him right there, we had traffic. We're gonna stand 40 west. He's passing, he's going up here on the right, stand by.
The driver, identified as Tigo Caldero, was taken into custody by Hazen police and transported to the Prairie County Jail.
We're stopped here, JFK.
Hands! Get out of the car!
He now faces multiple charges, along with a federal detainer added after his background was checked. Some people think speed can open up an escape route, but the farther they run, the more the road narrows into a single stopping point. Aya Patrol Unit spotted a stolen GMC Acadia, the same vehicle that had slipped away from several agencies earlier in the night.
Yep, going through the parking lot, coming back out onto West End. 795 is going to have primary. 795 is going to have primary.
795 will be primary at this time. You guys are going to be 1080.
On APD, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Left and overboard, board.
Right on to D Street, right to D Street.
1050, still going.
You have the 50 feet, keep going. He crashed. It's on Lee Street.
Willie Joe Williams was taken into custody soon after.
Roll over, roll over! Roll over! Stupid! Hands behind your back! Turn around!
He showed signs of being under the influence, refused testing, was taken for a medical evaluation, and then booked into jail. The vehicle was recovered, and additional charges were added.
How much you have?
Police attempted to stop a speeding Nissan SUV, but the driver, Jimmy Clark, refused to pull over. He hit the gas, turning it into a full pursuit. A bag thrown from the vehicle was recovered, and fingerprint scans revealed Clark was wanted by Benton police. He was pulled from the SUV, medically evaluated, and taken to the Prairie County Jail. Some people think running will give them more options, but the road always narrows to a single outcome when you ignore every warning. While conducting a joint patrol in Miami-Dade, state troopers moved to stop a Toyota. They saw the driver, Nelson Gomez Leon, pretending to buckle his seatbelt, but as the officer approached, Leon suddenly hit the gas and fled.
That was like somebody
The pursuit moved onto SR 826, where a controlled maneuver disabled the RAV-4. Leon climbed out through the window and ran across the highway before Homeland Security. Agents caught him. He was medically cleared and booked into custody. Trying to outrun a simple traffic stop rarely ends the way a driver hopes. Dispatch reported a blue Hyundai Sonata connected to an earlier pursuit. An officer spotted the matching plate on Sunset just as the driver began driving recklessly and took off. The chase hit I-49 at over 100 miles per hour, blowing lights and dropping off 2 passengers in the middle of the run. Every turn became sharper, every lane change more dangerous for everyone on the road.
One passenger's out. I made contact with the vehicle on Atlanta, southbound.
Cody Bogner, already wanted by parole authorities, was taken into custody. Choices made at high speed don't stay on the asphalt. They follow you into the courtroom. State troopers in Little Rock spotted a blue Dodge Charger linked to a prior police escape and attempted a stop. The driver, Malik Moore, accelerated away, turning the situation into another pursuit. Troopers stopped the vehicle shortly after and arrested Moore. Officers later documented multiple violations, including expired registration, no insurance, defective tires, and a suspended license. Small infractions can turn into far more trouble once someone decides to run. If you agree, comment yes. A stolen dump truck isn't something you expect to see in a police chase, but 29-year-old Trevor Strickland made it happen. When troopers tried to block the road, he drove the multi-ton truck straight into a patrol vehicle.
58 unit.
Strickland kept going, plowing through the debris and forcing a dangerous pursuit onto rural backroads. Troopers finally fired at the engine to slow the truck, and the chase ended when the dump truck lost power and rolled to a stop. He later accepted a plea deal that included 15 years in prison, additional suspended time, and fines. One rushed decision, and your entire future can shift in an instant. Police were about to check a suspicious SUV when Katrina Patterson suddenly hit the gas and took off.
3 from 7, that vehicle's taken off. Let's go northbound Washington through the red light. Southbound Oak Ridge, she's at a dead end. She cut through a cider right now, right in front of Alta Beauty. She's crashed into Alta.
The chase ran through several streets until she lost control and crashed straight through the front glass of an Ulta Beauty store. You'd think the crash would end everything, but Patterson kept trying to drive, slamming into more parts of the building before officers finally stopped her. No one was seriously hurt, but one reckless decision destroyed an entire store and led to a long list of charges. April 20th, 2025. The calm of a Brazilian neighborhood is shattered when police receive a report of a stolen red motorcycle. Minutes later, the suspect is seen tearing through tight alleyways. Sirens erupt as he pushes the throttle, weaving through crowds and storefronts like he has nothing left to lose. Vendors pull their stands back in fear as the bike skims past the edge of the sidewalk. For nearly 30 tense minutes, the chase rages on. The suspect jumps off the bike and runs in desperation. He's taken down on the sidewalk and the stolen motorcycle is recovered. But in a packed neighborhood with people on every corner, the question lingers: how far should a pursuit go before it becomes a danger of its own? Sebring, Florida. A white Dodge suddenly accelerates the moment the patrol car turns around. It cuts across the double yellow, carving through sharp corners as if trying to shake everything behind it. Seconds later, the vehicle drops onto the shoulder, nearly losing balance but still forcing its way forward. The pursuing unit closes in, ramming its rear bumper again and again, yet the driver refuses to stop.
We're still continuing westbound, speed's 40 miles an hour. He's barely able to control it. Vehicle's almost DAV.
The chase stretches on until the decisive moment arrives. Precise pit sends the Dodge spinning out of control, flipping over and coming to a hard stop in the middle of the roadway.
Hands up! Hands up, man! Hands up on the ground! I will kill you!
As the dust settles, the suspect is pulled from the wreck and handcuffed on the spot, ending a runaway attempt born from a single reckless choice. What happens when the car you're trying to stop has just fled a crash? That was the scene unfolding near Brighton Mall at 3 p.m. Officers checked the plate and signaled the SUV to pull over, but the driver hit the gas, disappearing into traffic. The pursuit ended when the Tahoe crashed on its own and slid to a stop. Officers moved in immediately and took the driver into custody. On crowded streets, one decision to run can send everything in a direction no one wants. A motorcycle carrying two riders slices through the packed streets of Sao Paulo, weaving, accelerating, and landing squarely on the radar of pursuing officers. A motor unit officer signals them to stop, but the rider chooses another path.
Perseguições, pinotes e enquadros na internet. Não esqueçam de curtir, compartilhar e no geral, dessa você já sabe, quem não deve não tem. Um forte abraço, tamo junto.
He twists the throttle, launching a 6-minute chase through tight alleys and crowded intersections. They blow through red lights, hide behind buses, and take corners sharp enough to pass for stunt work. Sensing the net closing in, the rider dives into a residential neighborhood, a last, desperate attempt to slip away. And for a split second, it almost works almost. This isn't just about speed, it's about rash decisions, panic, and the reality that no skill can outrun the consequences. A gray Mercedes GLC blasts across SR 408 at 92 miles per hour, dark tint empty road, and no sign the driver plans to stop. Troopers activate their lights, and the response is instant. The Mercedes accelerates even harder, igniting the pursuit. Speed jumps past 100, then 135. The SUV cuts through lanes, rockets down the shoulder, and nearly hits multiple cars as traffic scrambles to get clear.
Alright, get ready for home. Maybe put it on Twitter if you can. Hold on, Mario. Hold on. Hold me, stop. Hold on. Hold me, stop. Hey, stay back, stop. Get back in the car. Get back in the car. Get back in the car. Come on. Come on, back in the car. Hey, he's running real quick. Hey, stop right there.
The driver ran up the exit ramp but was taken down within seconds. He was identified as Darius Demetrius Lowe, carrying fentanyl cash and other narcotics in the vehicle. At high speed, one reckless choice can turn a whole highway into danger. A black Mazda flashes past at more than 90 miles per hour with no tag. A deputy accelerates, and the quiet stretch of a Jolly 16 shifts into a high-speed chase. The driver pushes harder, weaving through lanes, shooting onto the shoulder, and sideswiping another vehicle as the deputy closes in. Every moment tightens the line between control and chaos. The getaway car was boxed in on the shoulder, forcing both suspects to run into the trees. One was taken down by a K9, the other caught seconds later. Inside the stolen vehicle were drugs, stolen documents, and a getaway that was never going far.
Not yet, I'll advise.
You said you take 10-8 from me?
10-4, she just rammed into my car. Get out of the car!
A routine stop quickly took a turn. A reckless driver turned familiar streets into a dangerous escape. The driver weaved through traffic, ran red lights, and drove the wrong way with children still inside the vehicle.
Cross 34, still southbound of me. Turn signal. Front right is flat.
Disregard, got around the roadblock. We're still westbound. 1025 just ahead of you is a funeral procession turned into the church. Jim's laying in the dirt. The block and cleans that.
After spike strips flattened multiple tires, the driver kept going off-road before crashing into a parked truck and coming to a stop.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Get on the ground! On the ground now! Get down! Stay stand on the ground now! Come up! Put the head back to back!
You alright?
I ain't calling nobody! Shut up!
The children were removed safely, and the driver was taken into custody on multiple serious charges. Fleeing protects no one. Early cooperation helps reduce risk for those inside the vehicle and everyone around them. In Arkansas, a rider on an all-terrain vehicle turned the highway into a moving danger. The suspect traveled the wrong way before cutting straight through a public park. The rider weaved through traffic lanes and used terrain that patrol vehicles struggled to follow. As the pursuit continued, the outcome remained uncertain. Officers prioritized controlling the risk rather than forcing an immediate stop at any cost. Speed may outrun vehicles for a moment, but it never outruns what comes next. An attempted traffic stop took place on Interstate 75/85 South. The situation escalated after the driver chose to flee with an unrestrained passenger inside the vehicle. The driver sped well above the limit, drove against traffic, forced other vehicles to evade, and ignored multiple traffic controls. The pursuit ended after coordinated pit maneuvers. The driver was taken into custody, medically cleared, and transported to the Clayton County Jail. Running may feel like a way out, but it always leads to the same ending. If you agree, comment yes.
I'm scared.